COVID vaccines. Did you by chance want or know anyone that wants a COVID vaccine in the area?
Doctors Joe Oliver and Carrie Beal have been asking people in parks across Hamilton that very question for months now. Beal runs the Shelter Health Network. She's been working to test and vaccinate people who are homeless and those in shelters for over a year.
And then we started putting our little baskets together and going out from those sites, because we would always have 5 or 6 shots left over and we would have to get rid of them because we were not wasting a dose.
Today they went to Beasley Park on Barton Street. It's in the L8R postal code region, where just over half of residents have both doses of a COVID-19 shot, compared to over 70% across the city.
A lot of the people we vaccinate, say down at the food bank, are refugees who don't have an OHIP card. You cannot phone in without an OHIP card and make an appointment. And I don't think that people have necessarily discovered that you can just show up.
One man had tried to get a shot at First Ontario Centre this morning, but the mass vaccine clinic there closed yesterday.
Whether the mass vaccine centers are open or not, there's just such a large group of people who, for various reasons, a lot of them in common with each other, can't access, are not comfortable accessing, don't know how to access the bigger centers.
They tried to return to the same parks often to make sure anyone they vaccinated can get a second dose 28 days later. Just over 2 weeks ago, City Council voted to repeal a pandemic bylaw that allowed homeless encampments in public spaces for 2 weeks at a time. As of today, that bylaw is now repealed.
It left us quite frustrated. I mean, today is, I have no idea what's going to happen. But today is the last day where I could go to an encampment and have a fair chance that I know who's going to be there.
Beal says the Shelter Health Network was working with Hamilton Public Health to try and allow encampments for up to 4 weeks, enough time for people living there to get both their shots.
A lot of our folks don't have a phone, or they may have a phone, but only at certain times is it actually functional because they have to buy a card and they don't have money to buy a card. So yes, it makes it very challenging to get a hold of people for their second shot.
In a decision made earlier this month, City Council said that the encampment bylaw was ineffective. It was first created last year after a group of community advocates obtained a court injunction that temporarily halted the city's ability to remove tents from public spaces. Back to you.